What it do, YouTube? Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I want to talk about just random events and shit that's been taking place, and things like that. But happy 4th of July out there, and happy Independence Day and shit like that. Shit, ain't none of my so-called family reached out to me and said nothing to me. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not about to reach out and say nothing to them. You feel me? But shit, I'm out here by myself. You feel me? Just trying to make shit happen. Out here grinding and shit and whatnot. You know, it's hot as hell. It's damn near like 100 and like 4 degrees right now. It's supposed to get up to like 112 or some shit like that. But anyway, I'm just chiming in with a quick impromptu video just to keep y'all updated on what's going on and shit. Shit, nothing much. But right now I'm just charging my phone and shit. Cause my shit on 9%, and then my other phone is dead. You see what I'm saying? So if y'all trying to even fucking message me or anything like that, or even see if I'm uploading any videos, it's like I'm uploading some new videos from my phone. It's constantly keep about to die. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to charge up my shit real quick to get it at a decent percentage, but it's charging so fucking slow. It's like, damn, what the fuck? It's on 9% right now, but that's besides the point. But right now, we're in the middle of a spiritual battle, and I know a lot of people say, "Yo, how you talk about a spirituality?" Not necessarily. I talk about real other stuff too. Spirituality is real, but I talk about other shit too, like more like real life stuff, like for example, people want to hear about that YNW belly shit and stuff like that. I just did a video on that. People want to talk about this mass shooting and shit that just happened with Mozzie and some other dude named Sally Rule or some shit like that. It's all that shit. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna say it's nonsense, but a lot of that shit is staged. And when I mean staged, I don't mean staged as in like it's fake. I just mean staged as in like at this point, the motherfucking elites, the government, whatever you want to call them, reptilians in power, or whatever, insectilians, whatever the fuck you want to call them. At this point, they set this shit up to be staged. And what I mean staged is not like how YNW Melly and the dude Bortland staged the motherfucking so-called drive-by. Not like that. But I mean, it staged to the point where it's like they set this shit up to happen like this. Like, come on, man, you go to a certain town, certain city, whether you've been there before, whether you've been there or not, whether you known or whether you known or not, you know what I'm saying? But more likely, if you known, it's probably gonna happen. But even if you're not really known like that, shit can still happen. Like these random shootings and shit, it's like the frequency that they adjusted the music to, especially with a lot of these mainstream artists, and they don't even gotta be mainstream. They could be YouTube mainstream. It's like basically like popular underground rappers that's on YouTube. They could be like that. And, you know, they could be still like rapping about this low frequency stuff. Excuse me, and these shootings gonna keep happening because it's like that's the energy you putting out there. You rapping about how you just spent the block on 10 niggas, and you probably actually did just spend a block. But that self-snitching at its finest. See, the government got this shit set up to the point where it making you think, like, it making people think it's cool. Like if you say something, that's what I was trying to explain to people. Like, people don't get it. Like, if you say something, and yes, I understand that that person said it. I get that that person said it, so it's technically a fault. I get that. But I'm saying how the government, listen to how I'm saying on a metaphysical level, how the government got this shit set up is to the point when somebody does say something, they have to feel like it's like a pride thing. They feel like they have to, you know what I'm saying, live what they say. You see what I'm saying? So if a person says, I spent the block, I did this, I did that, they feel like they gotta live out what they say, or they whole rap career is fake, and that they fake. Like that's how they look at it now. But it's really, this is all set up by the government. Because if you think about it, you gotta look at it like this and shit. If that was the case, don't you think people like Quentin Tarantino, motherfucking, I don't know who else, Jamie Foxx, and they actually trying to do that to Jamie Foxx too right now. That's a whole different story. I'm gonna touch in on that a little bit before, you know what I'm saying, this video is over with. But I'm just saying like Quentin Tarantino, motherfucking, I don't know, Samuel L. Jackson, motherfucking, I'm just trying to think of some big names like Denzel Washington, stuff like that. If they did a crime and it's not related to their movie, they're going to jail. And if they also did a crime and it's not related to their movie, you think that the fucking judge is gonna pull up Quentin Tarantino movies and be like, look, you played a gangster or you directed a gangster film and you was doing this, this, and this that I can compare it to your real life. They can't do that because it's a career, it's entertainment. You have a career in entertainment. That's what these rappers need to realize. Yeah, you might come from an actual hood. You might come from that lifestyle. Yeah, a lot of people come from that lifestyle, come from that hood shit. But that don't necessarily mean you have to live what you say. That's the whole point of getting out of the hood. That's the whole point of trying to do better. You see what I'm saying? That's the same reason why PNB Rock got touched the way he got touched. Because, nigga, you from Philly, which we already know Philadelphia, city of brotherly love, one of the most powerful, one of the most unified places. But at the same time, they have hoods there, just like every other place. You come from one of the most dangerous, notorious hoods in the world. Just to get out the hood, make it big, make it famous, just to go to California and post up in somebody else's hood, it doesn't make sense. That's why these things are happening. So it's like if you have a career, you're a rapper or whatever, you have to remember that you're a rapper and that this is entertainment. And yeah, you probably might do it in real life, or niggas around you might do it, or you've seen it before. But at the end of the day, you still have to be able to separate real life from entertainment. You see what I'm saying? You gotta look at a lot of these niggas. They making millions of dollars. You think a lot of these niggas still out there trapping and shooting? You got some that is. Them niggas just they dumb, and a lot of them indoctrinated where they think that that's okay to do that. But like I said, that all goes back to the government setting this shit up. You see what I'm saying? The government setting this shit up like that, and that's what's becoming the trends now. See, they hire these people. I call them crisis actors. You know what I'm saying? They don't always just act in crisis and like mass shootings, George Floyd, stuff like that, marches and all that type of shit. They don't always just, be involved in that. They ain't involved in other government experiments. And it's this one thing called think tanks, where the government hire these little people. It's kind of like a clinical trial, kind of, but it's not a clinical trial. It's like a clinical trial, but for social media and entertainment purposes only. You see what I'm saying? So they hire these crisis actors, whether they know these people or not. These crisis actors, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they go, like for example, they go to these little government places and they sit in think tanks. And in these think tanks, these government agents, they give these people all type of drugs, alcohol, you see what I'm saying? Weed, cigarettes, anything to stimulate their mind. And they give them all these different paperworks. And they give them words and shit to go off of. Like, here's a new trend. It's this word. But we want you to actually turn it into a trend where it's a word. It's actually got a fashion statement behind it. And it's something that people can actually do as a verb. It has action behind it. So, for example, the trend that they got out here nowadays, like say for example, the self-snitching trend. It started off as snitching. Then the government said, all right, we're going to hire some crisis actors. How can we expand this snitching thing to be something that, you know what I'm saying, not only trendy as a word, but physically trendy as in motherfuckers going to follow it in the music, they going to follow it in the clothing, all that. So they call it self-snitching. So what they did is we're gonna put out these little rappers, you see what I'm saying, which a lot of them be working for the government. You know what I'm saying? FBI agents and FBI informants. They put in position, right, by all this gangster stuff that they probably could have done, they probably more than likely never done. And it's gonna get other real rappers like, damn, okay. So I'm gonna put some of these stories of the shit I really done in this shit. And that's how they get these niggas and they the code, the words, and looking at the case and looking at niggas' statements like, hold on. This nigga saying the same shit in this song as it is in this statement. In the same way he said he killed this dude, in the same way this dude died. This happened in the same city. He connected to him. He connects to him. Woo, woo, woo. He just a big rapper, so he the face of it. Boom. Indicted. Rico. Dab. That way. And that's how they getting a lot of you dumb motherfuckers. Wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. You feel me? This is a spiritual war.